So if you're just tuning in, feel free to go ahead and grab anything to help make your practice a lot more comfortable, whether it's some sort of towel to help you pad your knees, some blocks to help support your back, and then maybe even a pillow if you don't have a bolster to help you get a little bit more at ease as we move through the poses. So before we actually begin, let's start by finding a nice connected breath. So there are a couple of names for this breath. Box breathing, square breathing. Essentially, you just come into a simple seat and we're going to breathe in for maybe 3 to 4 seconds. Hold it for 3 to 4 seconds. Exhale for 3 to 4 seconds and then pause again. So we're creating a square breath with the shape of our breath. So go ahead and close your eyes. Relax your hands, relax your arms, whether the hands are over the knees or the hands are resting in your lap. And then take a deep breath into the nose to the count of 4. Pause to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. And pause to the count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Continue. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. And pause. And just find a breath, mindful, aware, letting everything slow down. And then once you've completed this breath, let your breath become more natural and relaxed. Let your face begin to soften. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the air around you. See if you can let the spine grow a little taller, a little longer. Maybe the chest opens a bit wider. The shoulders melting down away from the ears. Feeling any tension melting away with each breath out. And start to move your fingers. Maybe rolling the wrist one direction and then the other. Maybe your hands come to rest on top of your knees. As you begin to find more movement through the shoulders, the head, maybe the neck, see if you can gently lift your chin up to the sky on the inhale. Maybe you find a gentle tuck of your chin down as you exhale. Starting to find some light movement. Noticing how it feels, perhaps as you bring your chin over one shoulder, and then you twist it to the other side. Maybe you roll your head down, tucking it towards your chest, moving it one direction. Scanning your body from head to toe, noticing how things feel. If there is any tension or excess strain, see if you can breathe it away. And maybe from here you start to circle your body over the hips, moving in a clockwise direction or counterclockwise. You circle yourself through a few times. And inhale as you press your chest forward, you open your heart space, and exhale as you round your back, hollowing out the belly. We take this through a couple of times, and when you're ready, feel free to change directions. Circling yourself through, noticing whether you need to add some side bends, maybe a stretch to one direction. Maybe you find a stretch to the other side. Maybe from here you do this a few times, or maybe start to add a twist. We take this through with, again, the movement of our breath. Be as slow as you'd like or as mindful. You can move a little faster. From here, press down to your hands and knees. Again, place your blanket or so underneath your knees if you need extra padding. The palms are flat, the fingers face wide, your shoulders and your wrists are almost lined up. And inhale to lower the belly, to feel the heart melting down, to feel a stretch through the abs, to feel your shoulders rolling back. Notice the shape of your elbows. See if you can turn your elbows so that they twist back towards your toes, opening the crease of your elbow up towards the front of the mat. Notice if that feels good, if it feels awkward. Adjusting the angle of your fingers, stretching open the palms. And then as you exhale, pull your belly in. Begin to lift the middle of your back towards the sky as your head hangs heavy. Maybe you find that the angle of the elbows begin to change and adjust. Feel the stretch. Get an inhale as you drop your belly and you open your chest, gazing up front, gazing up to the top. And then exhale when you're ready, round your back, and let everything hang loose. Through the shoulders or through the head, and the crown. Again, inhale. And exhale. And from here, sink your hips back and towards your heels. And then begin to walk your hands forward. Find a deep stretch through that left arm. And then find a longer stretch through the right arm, walking your hands forward. On an inhale, rise up to your hands and knees. This time, take your left palm over towards the right side. Exhale, sink your hips towards the left heel. On an inhale, begin to rise up, switching over to the other side. Right hand crosses over to the left as you sink into your right heel. And inhale as you rise up. And this time, open your left arm nice and wide. As you exhale, thread your arm under the left and come to rest on your shoulder, on your cheek. Your hips are high. Walking your right hand forward, let it rest towards the top of the mat. If it walks off of the top, it's okay. Continue stretching the arms to the side and out in front of you. Create the space between your shoulders and your ears, just around the neck. The weight of your hips are high over the knees. Feel free to adjust the width of your knees, the width of your toes, getting comfortable and stable. each breath. From here, bring the right palm underneath the shoulder. And press down and roll up, opening to that left side. As you exhale, lower the hand down to the earth. On the next inhale, the right arm stretches open out to the side. As you exhale, thread your hand under the left arm, coming to rest on your shoulder, on your cheek. Create a little bit of space around the neck. And again, you walk your left palm forward. So you're reaching one hand to the side, one hand in front of you. And the weight of the hips heavy over the knees. And find this nice long stretch. See if you can relax into this. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths, nice and slow. From here, bring your left palm underneath your shoulder and slowly press down to roll tall, opening through that right side as you exhale, lower down. Now from here, maybe you take one leg back, tucking the toes under, pushing the heel, stretching it towards the wall behind you. You can stay on your palms, or you can come onto your forearms. And you elongate through the back of the leg, through the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring, the spine. Shifting your weight gradually from side to side. Maybe pressing through the big toe, through the pinky toes. Feel free to hold this pose for as long as you like. Feel free to come back into this pose at any point in time as well. Again, if you find that there's discomfort in the knee, maybe you pad your knee with the blanket, or you can double up on your mat. Giving yourself some time to find release. And when you're ready, you switch to the other side. Again, your toes tuck under. You push the weight of your body in towards your heels. Feeling the length through the back of the leg. From your heel to your Achilles tendon, to your calf, to the back of the knee, hamstrings, through the hips, maybe even into your low back. Finding a nice deep stretch. Feel free to shift the hips gradually from side to side. Feel free to shift the weight from the big toe to the pinky toe. And then when you're ready, bring the knee back under the hip. And this time, let your heart melt down. Let your arms extend long, keeping the weight of your hips still over the knees. We melt down nice and low. Whether you rest on your chin, whether you rest on your forehead or on one of your cheeks. Maybe your arms bend a little bit if it's uncomfortable. Maybe your hands grow wider. And then from here, on an exhale, sink your hips back down. Letting the hands extend out in front of you. We arrive into tabletop, tucking the toes under. Exhale, send the hips up, downward facing dog. And you take your time here, pedaling the heels down and back, creating that shape of an upside down V. Maybe from here, you feel yourself pulling the belly in tight. Stretching the back of the thighs, shaking the head yes, shaking the head no, finding yourself really anchoring down through the palms, pressing through the creases of your hands, pressing
in through the knuckles and through the edges of your fingertips. Feel yourself pedaling those heels down and back, giving yourself some room to move and to grow, to expand through the spaces of the muscles that feel tight. And then when you're ready, soften the knees, gaze forward, and then exhale, begin to slowly walk your way forward. Giving yourself a chance to widen your feet so that you feel stable. Letting the knees bend. And inhale as you pull the shoulder blades down and back, and you lengthen through the crown. Pull your belly in, open your heart towards the floor, and then exhale, melt down nice and low. Now from here, your belly can melt towards your thighs, grab your elbows, shake your head yes, to relax the back of the neck, and shake your head no to relax the sides of your neck. And feel your arms nice and loose. Sway them forward and back like a swing. And then maybe from here you sway gently from side to side. Inhale in one direction and exhale in the other. Let your knees bend deeply if needed. If you find that you're maybe a little too heavy through the head, maybe starting to feel a little bit lightheaded, slowly begin to roll up. Now from here, soften the knees. Grounding through the soles of your feet, begin to roll up. Maybe rolling up one vertebra at a time. Feeling yourself squeezing through the thighs, the glutes, the belly. Stretching tall through the limbs. Extending up to the sky. Reach high. And feel free to grab your elbows or grab your wrists and take a gentle side bend to one direction. And inhale back to center. And exhale to the other side. And inhale, leads you right nice and tall. And then this time, maybe a deeper side bend. Whether you grab your wrist or anchor a hand to your hip. Back up to center when you're ready, and then to the other side. And this time as you inhale, let your arms extend tall. Widen your feet a little wider. And then from here, interlace your fingers, soften the knees, draw your palms down and back. See if you can open your chest. Notice how that feels. If your head is moving forward, let your head pull back ever so slightly. Be gentle, be mindful in this pose. And then from here, soften the knees and then roll down low. Letting your body softly melt down. Maybe the hands reach up, maybe the hands stay at your hips, maybe you bend your elbows and release the palms down. With your feet wide, halfway lift on the inhale. Find a nice stretch. Feel the back of your thighs opening up nice and wide. And again, maybe your knees are bent. If you have blocks, feel free to use the blocks to help you stay elevated, to help you grow taller. The longer you grow through the chest, the wider you are at the shoulders, maybe the softer you are at the knees, you'll feel through the back of your legs rather than a strain through the low back. And then as you exhale, plant the hands between your palms, step the left leg back. Now we're taking this nice lunge, and again, if you need to pad your knee with a towel, with a blanket, go ahead and place one there. We sink down low through the hips first, allowing the back hip flexor to stretch, to elongate. You feel the weight of gravity pushing you down, and then you rest the knee on top of your blanket, your towel, the padding that you have. And you feel your chest opening, allowing yourself to relax the upper half, and feeling yourself really letting go through the lower half. Now maybe there's some joints that are tensing up a little bit. And try to breathe into that tension. Changing or adjusting your stance to feel more comfortable, to feel more confident in this pose. And then as you begin to melt yourself down, maybe you reach down a little lower. As we come into this lizard lunge, that right foot is nice and wide, the foot towards the outer edge of the mat. You can press into the pinky side edge and lift the big toe up. If it opens your knee wider, see how it feels. Maybe for you it's comfortable. And again, if it's uncomfortable, feel free to make any adjustments, to stay on the block, to come out whenever you need to. If you feel ready to come down, feel free to come down to your elbows. Feel free to come down and rest on the blocks instead. to relax the shoulders, to relax any tension that you feel in your traps and in your head, your neck. So find that breath. You can always revert back to that box breathing, the square breathing. Maybe it's a retention of 1 second at the top of each breath and at the bottom of each breath. Maybe after 10 breaths you find that you're able to get a little deeper, a little lower. Make any adjustments as your body starts to relax, as you start to feel everything surrendering down. Again, you're using your breath, creating a slowness, creating your own pace. Plant the palms to the floor. And from here, lift your hips up a little taller. And maybe you stretch the front leg, sinking the hips back so that the hips are over the front knee or the back knee. And find a nice stretch. And if you need to, again, use your block or your blocks to help lengthen, to help grow, to help elongate. Feel free to do so. The toes pointing forward help you to create less tension through the back of the thigh, through the back of the calf, to accentuate that stretch. The toes can flex up. And again, see if you can be mindful by creating a nice tall spine rather than rounding it. And just notice how that feels, maybe even reaching towards the toes if you have that flexibility and range of motion. Breathing through any tension that you feel. And then when you're ready, let yourself walk forward. Now from here, we're going to pivot to the other side. So walk to the center of your stance, and find a forward fold, adjusting your feet so the heels are on one line. The toes pointing slightly in. And again, you can use your block to lift up halfway, creating a nice length through the hips and the crown. And maybe you exhale down a little deeper, a little lower. You can rest your elbows to the floor. Maybe it's your block. Maybe you're not quite there. You're still hanging high. But see if you can feel yourself releasing the crown down to the earth. If you need to soften your knees, let the knees soften. Shake your head yes and no if you can. Let the shoulders relax. Maybe it's one side and the other. The knees pedal down and back. And then from here, we take it to the other side. This time, the left foot is to the outer edge. You would take your padding towards the back, placing it just under the knee. And again, whether you use your blocks, whether you have your hands on the ground, let your hips sink down. Find that deep stretch first. Feeling less of a struggle through the upper half. And just allowing yourself to let gravity help sink you down. A little deeper, a little lower. Utilize that breath to help you let go. An inhale allows you to open and create space. And you soften with every exhale. And again, if you find yourself ready, you can utilize the blocks. Whether you come to rest on your blocks with your forearms, whether you come down all the way to the earth, Your left foot can open through the big toe, pressing into the pinky side edge. The knee can open a little wider if it's comfortable for you. We're not trying to judge the way that our body is coming into this practice. We're not trying to react. We're simply observing. Simply being mindful. If you find that there's tension, where is the tension? If you find that it's through the shoulders and through the neck, how can you let it go? Can you move that tension away to some other part of your body? Can you move it out with your breath? Can you slow down the breath? Can you close your eyes? Can you let go of expectations? And from here, plant the palms to the floor. We shift the weight back. So the front leg begins to extend a little bit longer. Again, you can use your blocks to help you elevate your chest, to give you more length of the arms. The hips are high over the back knee. The front leg is long, the toes pointing forward to deepen that stretch. You flex the toes up, but start here with the hips back, just feeling the shape of the body. Trying to really avoid the strain in your low back, trying to avoid the sensation of your spine rounding forward, and rather trying to grow a little taller. So if that means placing your hands on top of a prop to lift you taller, then let that happen. And then sinking down a little deeper. And then maybe if you want to take it deeper, you flex the toes up. See how it feels to keep your hips a little bit more square towards the top of the mat. The stretch doesn't always have to be intense. Again, just breathing. And as you breathe, you begin to adapt to the struggle that your body feels, to the struggle in your own mind. And we learn how to relax into that struggle, being comfortable with discomfort, being okay with change. Shift your weight forward, bending the front knee, planting your feet down, tucking your back toes under. We lift ourselves up. And once again, we come into this forward fold from the wide-legged stance. And inhale to grow tall. And exhale to hinge down. And again, feel free to bend one knee and then shift it to the other side. You can use your blocks to help prop up your palms. Just a gentle bend from one side to the other. Keeping the weight through the hips. We're not trying to let the knee press forward. We're trying to simply sink back, as if you're pushing your weight into the wall behind you. Back and forth. A gradual stretch, perhaps through the inner thighs. And then when you're ready, we take it to the top of the mat, where we started from, and then from here, send the legs back. Coming down to your hands and knees. We come into your cow pose, dropping the belly. And then we round down into child's pose. Let the hands reach back for a moment. Ground the forehead into the floor. And feel the weight of your body as it curls down into the ball. Let the shoulders melt towards the ground. Feel the weight of your belly on your thighs. And let's count to 10 breaths. Nice and slow. Maybe a 1 second retention at the top of each breath and at the bottom. More breaths, nice and slow. See if you can slow down your exhale. Two more breaths, slow and deep. And when you're ready, press your palms underneath you. Begin to roll yourself back. So using the things that we have around our house, we maybe try to find a little bit of creativity with how we prop ourselves up. If we don't have the proper poses or proper props and equipment. From here, we take our little twisted deer pose. So rather than like in a pigeon pose where the shin is at the top of the mat, parallel to the top anyway, the thigh is now parallel to the top of the mat. And what I'm going to use is 2 blocks that I have, and then this rectangular pillow. And so this will be kind of close to my body. My front foot will line up with my back knee or vice versa. And then from here, we twist in towards the top of the mat, resting on top of the props. So if you need to get up and grab some props, feel free to grab some cushions. If you want to grab several cushions to pad your body, feel free to do so. And then let yourself just hang heavy. Let yourself relax. Feel the weight of your body as you melt down. You can turn your head to one side or the other.
shoulders. Just relax the back of your eyes. Slow down your breath. Let everything go. Let yourself tune out the external environment and just simply tune in. Can you hear yourself breathing? Can you feel each sensation? Let's take 5 more breaths. When you're ready, press your palms into the floor and gently unraveling yourself up or pressing yourself up. Take your left hand towards your thigh or your back hand towards your shin and just side bend over and up. And then we switch it to the other side, lower the palms down. Feel free to come into a downward dog if you need to help stretch out the legs, to twist and open through the hips. And then from here you bring your thigh towards the base of your props, your knee, the back knee towards the base of your front foot. And then once again, you take a twist, squaring yourself towards the top of the mat, and we let yourself hang heavy and hang low. However you choose to arrive, whether you are propped up onto your forearms or allowing yourself to fully rest. See if you can focus on the breath. Letting everything go. Letting go of the tension in the toes and the ankles. Relaxing through the hips, the knees, the thighs. Really fully embracing each breath as you breathe in, letting go of each exhale. Relaxing your cheeks and your jaw, relaxing your brow, your scalp. especially slow down your exhale. Five more breaths. And then when you're ready, point the palms to the floor. Press yourself up. Take the right hand or whichever hand is related to your back leg and anchor to your shin as you sweep the other hand up and over for a little side bend. As you exhale, lower the hands, removing the props out of the way. Tuck your toes, send the hips high. And again, feel free to pedal those heels down and back to find a twist from heel to heel. Maybe for you, it's on your hands and knees, taking a few cat-cows, a couple of sways from your hips side to side. And then coming down towards your bottom. Coming down towards your bottom, we're going to cross our legs over, trying to stack our knees on top of the other. This is not a pose that every person is going to have available to them. So a couple variations to this cow face pose is if your knees don't stack and your hips and your heels can't meet, the top leg can actually anchor down so the foot is just above or behind, just above the thigh. If this doesn't work, maybe seeing if your legs can stack in this fire log kind of pose, where your shin and the shin is stacked on top of the other, heel towards your knee, or just sitting in a crisscross seated pose. So you can use a block or no block depending on how you are. And the idea is that we try and relax, rounding ourselves down, the belly towards the thigh, and then the chest towards the knee. And you sink yourself down and let your body relax. Whether the arms are by your side, whether the hands are reaching back towards the base of your hips. And you can use the block, or maybe a couple blocks to rest your head upon. Just trying to let go of any tension in the neck. Trying to let go of the tension in the shoulders. Trying to let go of the tension that you feel in your hips.
into your belly, breathing into your lungs. The next inhale, begin to rise up, pressing your palms into the floor to help assist you. From here, take a twist towards the hip of the leg that is on top. Gentle twist. Let your shoulders open, let your chest widen. Feel yourself growing taller, maybe a shin on top of, towards the thigh of the front knee to help open your spine up. And then slowly unraveling, we open the legs and then switch to the other side. If you need to take any sort of transition from this to the other, feel free to do so. And again, see how it feels with the knees stacked on top of the other. If this doesn't work, then maybe one foot to the thigh. Again, maybe from here you stack your shins. And if that doesn't work, a simple crisscross. Another way to use this pose that I didn't mention on the other side is if you have really tight inner thighs or even the outer thighs, if you need to prop yourself up with your blocks, feel free to prop this up in order to take a fold. If it feels a little too deep and intense through the hips, that is always another option as well. So take whatever you need. Remember, this is not a practice of judging yourself, but rather just a practice of acceptance. So wherever you are, take a deep breath in and let yourself fold. Again, using your blocks if you need to rest your head upon as a pillow, to rest under your thighs. You let everything surrender downward. And creating a space, using your breath. Yourself to take deeper breaths, to slow down, to be kinder to your body, to be softer. Breath, slow and deep. Next inhale, press your palms into the floor and grow tall. And this time we twist towards the opposite side, twisting towards the hip that is on top. The shoulders stay down, the spine is tall, widening through the chest, through the collar. Continue with that deep breath. breaths. For some of you who might need a heart opener, we can use the blocks here. A couple of options. This is a very gentle approach, is stacking your blocks so that the one that's closest to you is long, and that's going to support your spine, and then the other one is going to be slightly elevated to support your head and your neck. And you can take your pillow, you can take your bolster, laying it right on top, and you're going to lay back and let this support your body, just like this. And of course your legs can position however you feel comfortable, whether you need some support under your back and you brace your feet underneath you, whether the legs extend long, whether the soles come together, or the feet sit apart with the knees inward. Whatever feels good, let yourself take this pose if you'd like. If you want something a little deeper, a little more intense, you can use one block just behind your mid-back, well, a little bit higher, just behind your shoulder blades. And you can open your chest out this way. And you can position it so that it's more perpendicular to the length of your spine. And then of course, if you don't have a block or two blocks, or if you don't have a pillow, you can just rearrange yourself so that you're nice and supported. Whatever feels good for you. For those who need some cushion behind their neck, just to help elongate the neck, place the crease of your block just underneath the nape of your neck, where your head and your neck connect. So give yourself some space. So once you find yourself relaxed, maybe the palms flip up as your shoulder blades flatten down. And you feel your legs extending towards either side of the bottom edge. And you close your eyes. Take a deep breath into the nose. We hold that breath. With the mouth wide open, relax. Resistance that you feel. Let go of expectations. Let go of judgment. Take the time to simply accept how you are. Each breath, you find purpose. continuing to put one foot forward, progressing in this life. Start to move the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Let the arms perhaps stretch out to the side or stretch back behind you. If you're placed on top of a block, gently bring your knees up to the sky with the feet anchored down, and then lifting your head, curl over to one side onto the floor in a fetal pose. And you press yourself up into a simple seat. And we bring our palms open towards our heart space. And there is a practice from Hawaii, this practice of forgiveness. It is called Ho'oponopono. And this practice is forgiving oneself. So to ourselves we say, I am sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. Take a deep breath in through the nose and hold that breath. Keep your mouth open, let it go. Thank you so much for this practice, so much for taking the time to connect with yourself and stay connected with me. Namaste.